Anyways, I want to try out Nightcall. I think the last time that I played this was like around 3 years, 4 years ago. And it was around this time as well when I started playing it. So, yeah, this is a good one. It's like a visual novel, but it's set in Italy. So, yeah. And basically, I am a taxi driver, and I I get customers and then I talk to them, talk back and forth and all that stuff. And then there's some mystery involved in this one. So yeah, I believe there's like three endings and I I've only gotten one. So yeah, it's been a long time. I know. We'll see how much I remember from this game. Oh, okay. Okay, there's a few selection right here. So there's the judge, there's the angel of death, the sandman, and then there's this one, the surprise investigation. The game will randomly pick an unsolved investigation. I honestly don't know what that means. Is it like okay, let's read this one. Let's read the first three. So the judge, the judge it says victims have all something in common and the motives seem clear, but which suspect could have done it? Balanced case, perfect for a first run. That is not. Okay, let's go through every single one of them. So the angel of death is like random victims, unknown motive. Weird case is slightly more difficult than the others. Okay, that's interesting. And then um, the Sandman is like the victims may feel random at first, but there's a connection. Yet the motives might be hard to find. Dark and twisted case. Interesting. So the random investigation, the game will randomly pick an investigation no matter if solved or unsolved. Oh, okay. Okay. I couldn't remember which one I started with the first time I played this. I think the Angel of Death seems like familiar to me, so I guess I'll just go with the Judge. I think it's like a perfect start. Choose the difficulty mode. The story money will be easy to get by, the investigation will be easier, every action will take less time for a chiller experience. Okay, for the vibes. The balance one is like, I don't know what that means. The way Nightcall was designed. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Could you elaborate? Okay. The hard one is like money will be tighter. I don't know what the money has something to do with the mystery, but anyways. It's not like I don't I think in the first try that I played this, I didn't use much. I didn't use the money that much. I think money is like the purpose of the money in this game is just like this is your quota. This is what you're supposed to be earning every night, and that's just about it. There, like you You couldn't do anything with the money that you earn. It's just like a quota that you have to earn for that night. The investigation will be harder to solve. Every action will cost more time for a more challenging experience. Should I go for that one? I mean, I won't mind nonetheless, but we'll see. I mean, I could just go back and then choose the balanced one if it's too hard for me. Okay, let's try it out. Um, Mon Ki-moon. Ew, it's nighttime. A game. Oh, okay. They're setting the premise like this. Ew. That's me. I'm an old man. Ooh, that's a killer. The killer is behind me. One night. Doctor. Here. Sir, can he hear me? Or do I need to speak up? I'm not sure I understand. I just want you to be comfortable. You can always change your mind. The voice is female, husky and worn. Ooh, you find it deeply comforting. Do you want me to speak in a normal, medium, or loud voice? It's fine like that. She takes a deep breath. Sir, you just spent 2 weeks in a coma. In a coma? Wait, what happened to me? The word bounces around your head. You need a moment to understand its meaning. Coma? The word scratches along your throat. Yes, you were the victim of an assault? The word resonates in your head. Victim. It's like I'm talking to a character AI. anyways. You are aware a serial killer is currently on the loose in Paris. What? You feel the contents of your stomachs. Wait, what? You feel the contents of your stomach rolling up your throat? It makes me want to vomit, huh? The judge, as the police call the killer, assaulted you. The bullet touched your liver? In most circumstances, it would have been fatal. We chose to put you in an induced. I don't hear her voice that much. It's fading. You taste bile at the back of your mouth. Your head is burning. You hear a whistle in one ear. Your fingers move to your wound. Underneath the bandages, you can feel hard skin. It is incredibly painful. Did they... I'm sorry? Did they catch the judge? No, I'm afraid not. What about the passenger? I was with the passenger at that point? Well, he was dead before you even got out of your cab. The doctor is silent for a second. A very awkward one. She hesitates. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. After all, you're the only one who survived the judge. Why is it called the judge? What does that mean? Noise in the hallway attracts your attention. You try to turn your head to no avail. You need to rest. She leaves the room. Her voice resonates in the hallways. Resonates in the hallway. I don't care. He's the only witness. Another female voice joins in. A strong authoritarian voice. You can clearly make up what she's saying. A strange feeling washes over you. It's not pain, not fatigue, some odd some odd combination of the two. Before being in this hospital, you'd never realized that anger was made out of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger, a feeling you know all too well. Excuse me. Days go by and a month later. Ooh, that was fast. The first night. Where are we? It's 22 o'clock. Is it like 12? Evening 12. Well, look, I've got a bit of a problem. What is it? A real problem, that is. Okay? You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since since the attack. Are you listening to me? You catch your boss' eye in the rear view mirror. Sorry. I just want things to go back to normal, to clear my head, to stop thinking about it all. He's watching you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. You know I'm worried about you, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, you know? I know. And you know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet again. Well, when my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. I could have retired, gone back to the old country, let him go on. But I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me to hire the guys from the neighborhood. And that's why I've got 45 guys like you working for me. Ooh, smart! His hands flutter in the air. Though none of them are any match for you. Really? What was I like? He smiles. His voice suddenly takes on a serious note. Do you want me to go over everything again? He points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS. You haven't been in a taxi for weeks. Maybe you do need a little tutorial. Yeah, good idea. Tell me. Right then. Well, first the map. You spot potential customers and try to guess where they'll be going. Then you decide. When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick them up. Okay. Easy. He shrugs. That's the way it goes. It's business. No problem. The other fares, you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them. And then you drive. He flashes a quick mechanical smile. You know it well. When he talks about work, he talks about work, that's all. And then when your shift is over, we do the numbers and his voice trails off as if searching for the right words. Why would you search for the right words? Come on now. And that's all. It's pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. I know, it's my job. Oh, right. No OT, no overtime. Look, we're in France here, and there are rules and regulations. Okay. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 24 hours. he looks away. Something's been bothering him since he got into the cab. Anyhow, you know the ropes. You get it. I know you're going to do a good job. Aw, thank you. What's the matter? Your boss keeps quiet for a while, as if he's hesitant to speak, and then, I don't think it's a good idea. You shouldn't be driving. Why not? Look, the murderer is still out there, and we think he's going to come back for you. We? Who's we? Your colleagues. I do too. Aww. Imagine having this kind of boss and colleagues. Dang! I would love my job if they take care of me like this. Like a part of the family. But you know what? There's some workplace who doesn't treat like that. They treat it as competition. Anywho, I'll let you get back to work. I think I'll be fine. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. That's true. He gives you a smile, a half ironic, a half serious. Have a good evening. The sarcasm in his voice is palpable. What? Right, you have a good evening too. I could feel a bad omen from that statement. He'll spend the rest of the night dealing with problems and drivers. You wonder how and when the guy ever gets any sleep. I know, right? I want to know how his works used to be like, you know. Tell me more about the boss. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him cross the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple of colleagues are milling about. The taxis are coming and going. They all ignore you, consciously or unconsciously. You are branded. You sit there a moment, then turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how you missed that feeling. It's back to the night shift, back to life, despite the attack, despite it all. Here we go! Okay, who should I get? There's okay, you're the closest one to me, I think. There used to be a Lebanese restaurant here. You had a lunch there several times a week? Hey Paul, can you help me out? Sure. Accept? They're my first customer, so I don't know much. You've known each other for years, and every now and then he asks a favor of you to drive him someplace. As usual, he greets you quietly, though he always seems a little on edge. Hey buddy, what's up, pup? He has a strange verbal tick that you've never really understood. You start a cab. You look in the mirror or the rearview mirror and you realize that the homeless man is clutching his left side. Well, alright. Already, Freddy. Is everything alright? He gives you a vague answer. Yeah, sure, fine. A pause. He can't help making a face. Insist. We're buddies here. You're really not looking that great. Don't worry, don't worry. I got in a little fight last night with this guy. Okay, tell me more. But that's all taken care of now. All taken care of? What does that mean? He smiles, revealing a row of bad teeth. Who's the guy? He doesn't seem to understand. Why? You know a lot of bumps in Clichy? Before you can answer, all you need to know is he took something that belonged to me, and he paid the price. Ooh. He closes his eyes in a moment. So yeah, he wasn't all that bad. But if you let someone steal your stuff, you're done for, sure? You have to show them you're tough, that you're a big shot, a big guy. He pulls a sour smile. Sometime later, your passenger clears his throat. You wouldn't happen to have a little something to drink with you? You know, like they do in those newfangled cabs these days? Shuffle-driven cars? Yeah, that's right. I don't have anything, sorry. He nods. I don't mean water, you know? You smile. I realize that. Um, Usually you're not such a pain. I'm worried. He opens his mouth to say something then stops short. Yeah, I know, man. Sorry. He gives you a black look. How is a black look supposed to look like? Question, you know? I've got those mornings. Those morning, noon, and night. Okay? I'm sick and tired of them. He loses himself in thought. As you drive along, you see him struggling to keep his eyes open. They are more often shut than open now. Your passenger's head jerks back up. Ah, you're really a good guy, you know, yeah? Your passenger gives you a sleepy smile. Hey, serious, you don't mind if I get a little shut-eye on the way, do you? You nod. Enjoy. He gives you a smile, but still a painful grimace. Next thing you know, he sounds asleep. You continue to drive in silence, soothed by the warm air of the car heater. You pull up in front of a nondescript gray building. Your passenger immediately wakes up and looks around. Shit, this is great. I'm first. What? Where are we? An organization that hands out clothes for winter? I heard they're going to open a pause. You're searching for the right word. A new shop, you could say. And I am the first one. Huh. When does it open? 2 days from now? Your eyes widen. Your passenger gives a little laugh. Don't worry, I have plenty to keep me busy. He pats his pants pocket. I found some books, one on yoga and then a book by that old handsome dude, you know, the guy who talks on the radio. It will help pass the time. He gives you a short tap on the shoulder. He reaches for the door and stops short, overcome with a spasm of pain. What happened? What's wrong? Fuck. Are you okay? Yeah. Don't worry. I'm taking you to the hospital. No. I'm good. He opens the door and climbs gingerly out. And thanks for turning up the heat. That was nice. Next thing you know, he's disappeared down the dark side street. I think that took a lot of my time. Yeah, sigh and start a cab. I did not get nothing from that. What the heck? Okay, who is the closest by? I guess I'll just turn up in here. Patricia Turnus. Okay, let's take you. A beautiful woman climbs into your cab. There is something sensual and comforting about her. No, I just missed it, but don't worry, I'm taking a cab. Anyhow, I just want you to know. For a minute, you think she's talking to herself, but she leans over and whispers her address to you. I think he really enjoyed it today. As you start a cab, you notice a hands-free headset practically hidden by her thick head of hair. I'll massage his feet tomorrow and I'll let you do the rest. Ooh, freaky! A small laugh escapes her. Or the other way around, sure. In a cruise, it's normal to feel a little awkward at first or uncomfortable. I mean, not knowing what to do. But you'll see. A couple more days and you'll get the hang of it. Anyhow, you should get to bed now. You need to keep up your strength. Ooh, she stopped talking and her phone call is over. She catches your eye in the rearview mirror and bursts out laughing. You look shocked. A little. Your passenger crosses her legs and gives you a playful pout. You're just like any other guy. Imagining all kinds of dirty things, of course. I'm a woman, lady. Like, I'm on my way home from a threesome. Oh, okay. I knew from the start it's a freaky shit. Something really hot. A mischievous gleam lights up her eyes, and then suddenly vanishes. Sorry to disappoint you, but the truth is a bit more depressing. That's true. Actually, I was at my son's house. Okay. Excuse me? Is this... Your passenger's roars with laughter. It seems to be doing her a world of good. You just talk about some freaky shit and then you start mentioning your son. That's fucked up. No, sorry, you don't understand. Okay, I've been taking care of him since his accident, and I'm a nurse. His accident? That's right. He was supposed to meet his father for a rugby match. Ooh. He was in a hurry. He tried past a truck on the right as he was leaving on the highway. The driver didn't see him. Her voice trails off. I don't know how he managed it not to die on the spot. A smile of dry amusement flickers across your passenger's face. Anyway, he's been in a coma for weeks now. Ooh. Grade 2. Not a total vegetable, but not all that hardy either. So I had to move him to his place. Cruz and I are taking care of him now. Cruz, his place. Yeah, I couldn't stand going to rehab anymore. You should see how they treat people there. It's the worst unit. Alright, you're a nurse. And comas can go on like that for months, no change. Luckily, the head doctor, your client begins mechanically tapping her fingers on her leather pants. You can hear the dull tap 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 sound. Let's just say he has a hard time saying no to me. What does that mean? And that I thought my little Tito Yan would be just as well off in his own bed, with his girlfriend there to take care of him, seeing she doesn't work and all. But it's little much for Chris, of course, so I'm helping out. Cruz is his girlfriend, his fiancée. A lovely girl, if you ask me. Your passenger puts her hand to her mouth to smother a giggle. So that's how the threesome worked out, huh? Anyways, totally inhibited but sweet. Very religious. She prays in Spanish at his bedside every night. How'd you know that? Were you three doing it every night? They've been going out for 2 years now, and I still don't think they've. She blushes. Well, you know, a brief silence. You find yourself trying to think of something to say. How are you holding up? Your passenger doesn't answer right away. You're afraid you've embarrassed her, but her face looks relaxed. I work in palliative care, you know. I've spent the last 8 years of my life taking care of people who are going to die. Isn't that like an ICU? Anyways, the only question worth asking is, how long before they die? That helps keep things in perspective. Well, in my son's case, there's still hope, and at least I can help. I mean, I know how to do it anyhow. For one thing, there's the day-to-day stuff, nails, hair, beard. It all grows like crazy. There's a lot of maintenance, like a gardener. Same for the teeth, we have to brush them every now and then. Because believe me, if a Tituanian wakes up looking and smelling like a werewolf, we'll never hear the end of it. A smile escapes you. Your passenger sees it in the rearview mirror and is clearly pleased. But the biggest risk is not being able to move. Our bodies are meant to move. That's true. I know it's hard to believe when our alarm clocks go off, but it's true. Our blood circulation stops working correctly, our skin gets cold, loses all its elasticity. So we have to massage him as often as we can. And then there are the bed sores. Do you know what bed sores are? I think so. The hospital. There are a lot of patients who are still conscious and who have bed sores. Their bodies are racked with pain. It's like being skinned alive. The worst part is we have to change their bandages twice a day. Talk about brave. Working in the hospital is hard. Work, it's pretty depressing, but in Tituanian's case, it's different. I don't have a choice. It has to be done. And actually, I'm happy. We can't talk to each other anymore. He doesn't even react when I touch him. So taking care of him is just my way of showing him I love him. That's a good thing, isn't it? Yes, it is. Pretty odd, huh? But that's how it goes. Your passenger shudders briefly. Okay, Patricia. Enough of that depressing stuff. Let me tell you something funny. Earlier tonight when Chris and I were watching the Tituanian, not exactly a pleasure cruise. My son is well over 6 feet tall and Cruz is, what, a cross between a matchstick and a Q-tip. So I was managing as best as I could, rolling him onto one side and then the other. She was trying to help, though the truth is, it's pretty hard for her to take. I mean, it's all new to her. It can't be that much fun. So she was muttering religious mumbo jumbo to herself in Spanish, Dios mío, and whatnot. And just as I was rolling the Tituanian back onto his back, guess what? He got an enormous erection. What? For once you start to laugh, your passenger joins in. That is crazy, okay? The two of you enjoy a good laugh. After a while, your passenger manages to catch her breath. A big old hard-on. Oh, I guess you're too pretty to not get a guy a hard-on. I don't know. What did you do? She gives a shrug. Okay, my first thought was, where the heck did he get that from? His father had an altogether different build, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Peals of warm laughter fill the air. For a moment, you are happy, as if a weight had been lifted. You pull up to the address she had given you. You stop the cab and she hands you the fare. Thanks for the conversation. The ride went by really fast. She reaches for the door, then stops. You get sense she's really on edge. It's good to be able. It's good to be able to talk. It's pretty unusual in Paris to meet someone so warm. Good luck. She shrugs automatically as if she didn't understand what you meant. Same to you. I wish there could have some choices where I could say cheer up instead of good luck, but I guess, they're synonyms in some way. She shuts the door carefully, then walks away. Your eye follows her as she climbs the steps on the door of her building. A moment later, she's gone. As you start the cab, you catch sight of something on the back seat of a Kleenex. Okay. You wriggle around to pick it up. Read it. What is it? You unfold the handkerchief. You see the word Patricia and a phone number written inside. You look up at the building and smile. You notice a newspaper in the back seat. Your last passenger must have left it behind. Or, I guess the one before. You grabbed it and put it away. Could come in handy. You turn the key in the ignition and drive away. I got a 48 out from that. The door suddenly opens and a woman gets into the back seat. Having a good night. Ari. For a second you freeze. It's one of the cops working on the judge's case. She grins at you, her voice creaks. You remember seeing her at the hospital. Something already bothered you about her there. It's actually pretty crazy. For weeks, I've been saying to myself there's something off about you. Something not so nice. Oh, really? I dug around, mulled it over, bugged all my fellow cops about it. Because I was sure you lied to us. Let her keep going. I didn't know what you mean. What did I say? What did I lie about? She has a cold sneer on her face. I'm going to be frank with you. She leans over to you. I don't think you're the judge. Nah, I just can't picture it, okay? She squints like she's trying to make you out from far away. Like you'd have gone to the extent of hurting yourself. Yeah, between us, it's a bit of a stretch. She stares at you. But not enough of a stretch for my chief to stop going on and on about you. Seriously, he talks about you all the time. If I didn't know better, I'd think he had a crush on you. Really? Okay. Seems like I'm an attractive man. Keep going. She smirks. Okay. No. I think he's more interested in your profile. In prison at 17. I was an ex-convict? Seriously? An icy chill fills your gut. And for murder too. Wait, what did I do? You open your mouth but nothing comes out. Since you've got out, you've kept a low profile. But you're lying about your name and your address. I checked. It's normal, you'd say. If they get a word of your time served. No loan for your permit. No lease for your car. Meaning no second chance at life. Her voice becomes softer, almost warm. I personally like guys who want a second chance. Second chance. No, I like guys who fight for a second chance. Basically, I like guys who are willing to work for me, to work for you. She leans forward, her shining cat-like eyes narrowing. Well, you see, my chief wants to go to the prosecutor with the first and last name with evidence. Okay, actually dulling him is not so hard on evidence. So I'll give you info, victims, suspects, medical reports, some photos that are a bit... She makes a gagging noise. Disturbing, you might say. Oh, I have to be discreet. Keep it between you and me. Interrogate, ask questions, dig around. I've never done this. What if I put myself in harm? How would you protect me? Right? Don't worry. You're already keener than half the squad. How'd you mean that? And don't forget, I'm not asking you to make an arrest and deliver the killer wrapped up with a bow in front of the station, okay? That's not how it is. You're no Batman. You're just here to get me more information. The more question is being brought up, the more, suspicion could arise. Somewhere. She rummages around in her pockets for what seems like forever. Here, take my card. I'll call you in there in 3 or 4 days just to check in. We'll chat, and I'll let you know if I have any new info. She takes a didactic, paternalistic tone, like she was giving you a list of recommendations for the 100th time. What kind of recommendation? Don't get caught, don't get arrested. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying to leave Paris. I know what you look like and I know who your friends are. Damn, lady. Are you threatening me? You can either be the solution or the problem, my friend. How'd you know that we're friends? She takes a minute to scan your face, your emotions. If I have to, I'll go check in on you-know-who. Her smile is biting. That reminds me. She knows you've done time. Okay, now who are we talking about? Shake your head, she sneers. Oh, my little dirtbag. You cover your tracks well. I did what I could. She acknowledges your silence with a nod. Okay, I think you've got a handle on our little deal. Any problems? I turn you in. I'll send you a picture to all my friends in the media and every assholes in Paris. Your picture with your name on it, your real name. My government name? Anyone close to you will have their places searched. They'll be put under house arrest, spend nights in jail. Have any idea how tense things are with that fucker's trial underway? Just what she's trying to get at. Come to think of it, your last names are almost the same. You could be brothers, actually. I'm nothing like that son of a bitch. Oh! Who is this son of a bitch? I'm nothing like that terrorist. Oh! I don't want to be aggressive. I honestly don't know what's going on up to yet. She takes on a serious tone, businesslike. I want to catch this killer personally. I want to drag him to court, ruin his fucking life with a bang. Okay. I can't watch this case, you got me? And neither can you, right? Ruin this case? Nope. I wouldn't dare to do that. Well, great then. We see eye to eye. So you can just say, you're my informant, my CI. He ripped open your gut. You saw your own insides. You were in a coma. Yeah, you have a plenty of reasons to want to get back at him. She furrows her brow. Yeah, I think you're actually going to do what I tell you to do. Investigate, ask questions, listen to all the rumors, and you come up with a list of suspects. She lays her hand on the door handle and freezes. Alright, and don't get fired. Without this cab, you're worth nothing to me. Damn, lady! You glared at her. Fucking bitch! For what it's worth, it was a pleasure not to be interrupted every other minute. You can't imagine how much I missed that at work. If I know everything, I would interrupt you every now and then. Just so you know. She puts her hand up and you can hear the words behind it. This conversation's never happened. I'll make sure you get more intel tomorrow. I'll find a way. Until then, not a word to anyone, obviously. Not a word. Fucking bitch! Oh, I could hear the anger from that thing. We sit alone for a while, teeth clenched, dry-eyed, ears buzzing. Shit. On the back seat, the cop left a pile of papers. Shit. Key in the ignition, motor running, radio on, crackles, you turn it off and start driving. Talking to a passenger might unlock new documents and clues for your investigation. You will find them back at your studio after your shift. Got it.